Hey guys, today for your ELA worksheet or your reading worksheet, you're going to be doing the missing letter worksheet. So you're looking at the words and there are different letters in different places in the word that are missing. And you need to figure out what they are. And a very important skill when you're learning to read is listening for the sounds of each letter. And each of those letters are called phonemes, or the sounds are called phonemes. So today we're going to talk about something that is what you're doing on that worksheet, but you don't even think about it. You're substituting or you're changing, blending all of those things, the sounds. So when I talk about substituting, think about when a teacher is teaching you and they are not at school. You have somebody else teaching you, and that person is called a substitute. So it's someone that stands in place of another. So what we're going to do today, when we look at that worksheet, if we were taking those same words and changing only one sound in that word would become a different word. So we're going to talk about how to do that. And even though your worksheet doesn't completely work with that skill, it's something that you need to know, and it will also help you figure out what those words are. And we are going to have something like that hopefully soon in your worksheets. So that way you can practice this skill more. We're going to practice it also in our Zoom meeting a little, because this Zoom meeting, I want to be able to practice this as well as your math skills. So right now we're working with CVC words, which are only 3-letter words. So they're a consonant, a vowel, and then a consonant. We know that consonants are any letters that are not vowels, and vowels, are, and so consonants are most of the letters in the alphabet. Vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. A, E, I, or the long vowel sounds A, E, I, O, U. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you one card for each, changing the beginning sound, then the middle sound, and the ending sound. Each card has 4 pictures on it. So what we're going to do for the beginning sounds is that means that all the ending and middle sounds will stay the same. So if we have the word wet, we have the sounds w, e, t. We're going to change the w in wet to n, and the word is going to become net. What I want you to do when you're watching this video is watch my mouth as I'm speaking. When I make those letter sounds or those phonemes, I want you to pay attention to where my tongue is or how my mouth is formed. That way, if you're struggling to hear that sound or make that sound properly, you can see me model it. And that's why it's important to watch these videos and really pay attention. So, w, my lips are together for the w sound. When I make the n sound, I put my tongue behind my teeth and I just blow air out and I push and I can feel it vibrate in my chest. Mm. So now here we have the word map. A, p. I'm going to change the to a n again, and it becomes nap. So again, the middle and end sound are staying the same, but that beginning sound changes. Because if all 3 were the same, we would have the same word twice. And we don't want the same word twice. We want to change it. We want to substitute that beginning sound or that beginning phoneme to make a new word. Then we have pig, p, I, g. Pig, if I change the p to a w, again, w, my lips are together. For the w sound, the word becomes wig. And the last one for beginning sounds is going to be cat, k, a, t, is going to become, I'm going to change the k to a b, and the word becomes bat. And it could also still be bat if this was a picture of the animal, because sometimes words have multiple or more than one meaning. So that's all the beginning sounds. Now, if we were to change the middle sounds, that would mean that the beginning sound and the end sound stay the same. For this one, we're going to start with the word fan. So the f and the n are going to stay the same, but we're going to change the a to an I sound, and the word's going to become fin. Then we're going to look at bed. B-e-d. We're going to change the e or the e to an a, and the word's going to become bad. And this pictures might be a little bit hard to see. What the dog is doing is the dog has torn a page out of his notebook. So when you hear someone say, "My dog ate my homework," this time in this picture, it would be true. The dog ate his homework. So he's doing a bad thing. The e in bed becomes an a in bad. Next, we have a pod. And that pod is p-a-d. The ah is going to change to an a, and the word's going to become pad, like notepad. Whoops. And the last one for middle sounds is hut. T. We're going to change the or the u to an a, and the word becomes hat. At. And the last one we're going to do is our ending sounds. We're going to start and look at all of the beginning and middle sounds are going to stay the same. Only the ending sound is going to change. So the first word we have is pen. P-e-n. Only the n is going to change. And that n is going to change to a t sound. And it's going to become the word pet. P-e-t instead of p-e-n. And the next one is a tin. And we want to pay attention to it because if I didn't know the sounds of this word, I would think it was a can. And then when I looked at the pictures that are given, I wouldn't know what picture it would go next because there's nothing that has those sounds. So we have t, n, tin. We're going to change the n to a p, and the word's going to become tip, like the tip of the marker. And the next one, this is a picture of a lad. A lad is another word for boy, and we're going to change the d of lad. Sorry. Sometimes when you know these words, sometimes it's hard to change the ending sound or the beginning sound or the middle sound. And that's what Miss Friedman's doing. I have to slow down, and I had to look at this picture and figure out, what is this picture? I thought it was a dog at first, but then I was thinking, that doesn't change those sounds. So I had to look at it really closely, and I had to think, what could it be? And this word is going to change the d in lag. No, see this? To beg. But that doesn't make sense to me. So I think this one might be a mistake. Because that would be changing the a and the middle and the end. So we're going to, I'm sorry, you know why? Because that wasn't the correct one. Miss Friedman had that in the wrong order. See? That's why it's really important to think about these things and pay attention to where you are putting them. Well, I am missing our last one, so that's okay. The next one is, so this is lad, and it's going to change to lab. And the next one would be fin is going to change to, I'm not sure. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. That's why. fin changes to fig. And this was a tricky picture too. Only reason I knew what it was one, because it has the word, and two, because I would think about what vegetable could that be? It's clearly a picture of a vegetable, but what vegetable could it be that would be changing just the n sound in fin? And the only vegetable that would have an I in it would be fig. So I'm sorry that I got held up a little bit and got confused, but that's why it's very important to pay attention to the sounds in letters, the phonemes. And hopefully this helps you to think more about the sounds of each phoneme while you're reading and how to substitute them. We've worked on blending sounds, so taking the three sounds that we know, the beginning, middle, and end, and putting them together to read. And now we're talking about how to substitute them, going from one word and changing the beginning, middle, or end sound to make a new word. We're going to do some more practice with this in our Zoom meeting, and I'm going to give you some more practice next week in your work packets. If you have any questions about this or any other assignment, join me for my office hours from 1 o'clock to 2:30. Have a great day, guys. Bye.